IVM.
Welcome to another week on IVM. It's been a great week. If you aren't following us on social media, please make sure that you are. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. On Cyrus Says this week, Cyrus is joined by actor and comedian Gaurav Gera. They talk about Gaurav's journey in showbiz and the inspiration behind his Shopkeeper Behenji sketches. On Simplified, Naren and Srikat are joined by guests Avanti and Zain from the Marvel's Lost and Found podcast. On Geek Fruit, Tejas and Jishnu give their take on Ant-Man and the Wasp and discuss the future of the Ant-Man verse. I'm really looking forward to that. That was a great movie. On Varta Lab, last week, founder of IVM himself, Amit Doshi. Hey, that's me. Talked to Akash and Naveen about being Amit Shah's doppelganger, my journey so far, and how he started on IVM podcast. I'm sorry if that grammar was twisted. On Keeping It Queer this week, we have the producers of Vice's latest web series, Sex Rated. And with that, let me take you on to your shows.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of IVM Likes, and today in the studio we have with us two really cool people. Cool people in the house, please tell us your names.
Yeah, cool person number 1, Abbas Momin.
Hi Abbas.
Cool person number 0.
Oh
my name is Priyanka. Hi.
Priyanka is too extra sometimes, we can't help it.
Extra.
Okay, she's doing it. Okay guys, today we have some recommendations to give you all. So Abbas, starting with you, what have you been watching or listening to?
I've been listening to this music album, which is called Go Farther in Lightness. It's by an Australian rock band called Gang of Youths.
Ooh.
Okay, the album came out in February this year, and Gang of Youths is pretty big in Australia, but they haven't broken into the US market yet. But I heard of them first when they played one of the big festivals, Bonnaroo or one of the big festivals, and that's when I checked out this album. It's a really good album. It's like a solid set of about 16 songs that they have. The sound that they have is like huge arena rock, right?
Okay.
They have loud guitars. The lead singer belts it out. The way I see it, it's like the Killers meeting Bruce Springsteen meeting Arcade Fire, stuff like that.
So all of that sounds great, but what is an ideal situation or time where do you already listen to this band?
So I've been listening to this mostly during my commute, but they have some really nice ballads in there which go well if you're just relaxing at home in the night. They have 16 songs, so they're paced differently. They kind of cover most moods. I mean, the tone of the album is your average rock album. Like they talk about heartbreak, they talk about relationships.
Oh, nice.
At the same time, there are some really inspirational songs there as well. So it's kind of like music for all moods.
Nice.
So you can sort of, out of the 16 songs, you can make playlists out of different moods that you want.
Wow.
So yeah, I think it's kind of they have a mixed bag of emotions and sound. So yeah, you can listen to it anytime you want, I feel.
That's great because I love a good heartbreak song.
Okay.
Can you recommend one of the songs from the album?
Sure. So there's this song called The Deepest Sighs, The Frankest Shadows.
Oh my god.
And they have a pretty cool YouTube video as well for this. And I'm not very sure how many singles they've released, but even the album opener, which is called Fear and Trembling, is pretty cool. But my favorite song is this song called Do Not Let Your Spirit Wane, which is exactly what the title says. I mean, it's a song about a person coming out of heartbreak but finding hope in what's to come. So yeah. So the Australian Rolling Stone magazine gave this album 5 stars, which is very rare for Rolling Stone to do for albums. And they have won the music awards that they give out in Australia. They call the Australian Grammys. I mean, they call something else, but they're known as the Australian Grammy Awards. And they pretty much sweeped most of the awards this year with Album of the Year and Band of the Year and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's a pretty cool album. Check it out. It's called Go Farther in Lightness.
That's great. Thank you, Abbas. Moving on to Priyanka, cool person 0. The
notorious person in the studio.
Yeah, please give us your recommendation.
Okay, so I will be recommending this documentary film which was on Al Jazeera and it was uploaded in June 2018. It's called Afghanistan School Scandal. So it basically...
School Scandal?
Yes.
Okay.
It basically talks about how, you have all these donors from the West and wherever, even from Japan, and all the money that comes in to sort of fund government schools does not reach the female girl students. Okay, so what happens is in Kabul, they have this huge land which is actually almost like a garbage dumping ground, and the kids, the female students, firstly anyway, it's, you know, concept of co-ed education is prohibited.
Yeah.
So all these girls are outside, like in a tent, and the guys are in schools, like
Inside a building.
Yeah, inside a building, and half of them are not allowed. Many of them, like also because of, you know, having like one pathetic loo, also teachers are not willing to, you know, are not willing to teach in such a school.
Right.
There's no proper like pick up and drop for kids and stuff like that. So so what they really do is, and the paradox and the thing that'll pinch the viewer is the fact that when they pitch for donations, they basically say that, you know, no, we need our children to get educated,
Right.
and then the money goes to the guys.
Is this the Afghan government pitching for donations for school?
Yes. So, you know, like it says that like 17 years on, most girls are still out of school despite the international community donating billions of dollars in aid. So, you know, the critics point out to the corruption within the country's education system.
Right.
And I feel like the protagonist of this documentary, there's this girl who's been spoken to, and I think she has in total there are 5 siblings, and you know, they like in the end they talk to her about like, what do you want to be, and they keep asking her father that, you know, how did you you know, were you okay with letting her study?
Right.
And he keeps on saying that, you know, ideally, like, that's not what women do, but I think, like, looks like she's excelling in it. So it's okay.
So it's like a hopeful end.
Yeah, it's like a hopeful end. I really like what they've done with the protagonist.
Okay.
I'm not going to give out too much of it because I really wish people watch it. But they show the situation as is. Like, imagine sitting in a dumping ground and being taught and using like this pathetic common loo and like waiting it out. And it's just really bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where can one watch this documentary?
Al Jazeera or on YouTube or...
And how long is the documentary?
25 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Not bad.
Thanks, Priyanka. That's a great recommendation. Everybody should check this out. Moving on to me, cool person number 3 in the studio.
How are you 3? 0 and 1. You skipped 2 altogether.
That's what makes me cooler than all of you. But moving on to my recommendation, I watched this movie a while ago, maybe like last month, and I did not know it's going to turn out like this. The movie was called Train to Busan, and I hadn't seen the trailer or anything, and nobody had recommended me to watch it. So I went into it with a very open mind, and honestly, like with the name, it sounds like a fun movie. Like, oh, it's a journey, probably like some nice things happen to you, and like a girl gets lost or whatever. But like in the end, everything closes to has a bright ending.
Right. The train reaches Busan.
Yeah. But wow, I was so wrong, because it's a movie where people are trying to reach from Seoul to Busan in the middle of a zombie outbreak.
Okay.
So it was really intense. Like the first 15 minutes, it did look a little normal, but then the minute they get on the train, it is just another ride altogether. Everyone should watch the movie. It's not like your normal zombie movies. I feel like there's a lot more happening, like in terms of what they're trying to say. Like there are undertones of like class struggle also, like
right.
people who get to stay in the safe coach of the train,
right.
people, and yeah, there's so much happening, and I did cry in this movie also. So
does a girl get lost?
Yeah, a bunch of things happen. It's very gripping, and you should watch it.
It's on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. Everybody should watch that movie. It's not like your average, your friendly neighborhood zombie movie.
But this is a South Korean movie, right?
Yeah.
So it's up with subtitles.
There are subtitles,
oh,
yes.
Okay, cool.
But also, I cried, so there's a...
Oh.
Yeah. It's
That
like
means
a zombie
someone
movie
dies.
with a difference. Oh my god, a lot of
Okay.
close people die.
I won't ask anything else.
A lot of nice people will die. People you root for the entire movie will die. Guys, I'm sorry. But they will die. But you should still watch this movie. Anyway, guys, this was what we recommended. I will do a quick recap. Abbas, what do you recommend?
The album Go Father in Light by Gang of Youths.
Nice. Priyanka?
Afghanistan School Scandal. Available on Al Jazeera or YouTube. Please watch.
Nice. And I recommended a movie called Train to Busan on Netflix. Watch it. And after the break, 3 cool people are going to be discussing some really cool stuff. And we're recasting some famous movies with an all-male cast and replacing them with a female cast. So stay tuned and see you after the break.
Long, long ago, not in Bethlehem, but in a place nearby, there was a wonderful birth of a huge show, which I like to call Cyrus Says. A show that encapsulates everything in human history, from the first Homo sapien to the last Homo sapien, who's traversed the entire world and then come back to India. This is a show which tells you everything about everything. If you want to know, avoid Google, come to us. It's called Cyrus Says. Get new episodes every Monday and Thursday on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts from. It's simple as A, B, oh God, what comes after that?
Alright guys, welcome back to IVM Likes. We have with us Priyanka and Abbas and me.
Cool
That's
number
me.
0,
Cool.
1 and 3.
Yeah, I'm Surbhi guys. And now, for the second half of IVM Likes, we're discussing famous movies recasted with an all-female cast. So this came up because we saw the recent Ocean's 8 movie with an all-female cast with 8 dynamic women, and we were just so psyched about it. So we thought, what if we could take up some cool Hollywood movies and replace them?
What if we were cool Hollywood producers who did things right?
Yeah.
And cast all women in movies.
Very good.
That's true. But apparently, I was reading about Ocean's 8, and turns out everybody who was the supposed cast did not believe that it's going to turn out, or if this movie is ever going to be financed, because it sounded like such an impossible idea of having an all-female cast. So it's not as easy as it sounds.
Sure.
So yeah, but let's see. Okay, I'm just going to Priyanka and Abbas. I'm just going to play a fun game.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm all about the fun games. Okay. So I'll drop some names from famous Hollywood movies, and you tell me if you have to recast them with a female character, who would you choose? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Priyanka, you ready?
Yeah.
The first movie is Men in Black.
So for Men in Black,
Keira Knightley.
All right.
for the Tommy Lee Jones role or for the Will Smith role?
Will Smith role.
Yeah, okay. I will cast Meryl Streep in the Tommy Lee Jones role.
Whoa, that's
and I would have for the Will Smith role, I would have picked Will Smith's wife, actually, Jada Pinkett Smith.
Hey.
Yeah.
That sounds
That would be
fun.
my pairing.
I'm really psyched to see Meryl Streep in
Yeah, I
Shooting
love
down
her.
aliens.
Yeah. Giant cockroaches. Oh my god.
Good thing you completed the cockroaches part, because for a second I was like, giant what? Okay.
Giant cockroaches. God. We have a... Alright, next movie is Hangover.
Ah, okay. So last year there was this really funny movie called Girls Trip with an all-female cast, and it had Tiffany Haddish, who I think is really funny. And the premise of the movie was these are women in their late 30s to early 40s, and they just want to leave their family, husbands and kids behind, just want to go to Vegas and have fun for 3 days, which is very similar to The Hangover.
Yeah.
So I just say, just take that cast and put them in The Hangover and call the
God.
film The Girls Trip.
If you're going to take that, I will just have to recast Hangover as a female. Okay, I think we should definitely have Amy Poehler. I don't know. I kind of just like all movies of Amy Poehler.
Who would do Bradley Cooper?
Sandra Bullock.
I think so too.
That's
Yeah.
fun. Oh, Kristen Wiig, the S1 person.
Sure.
I think she could play Zach.
Kristen Wiig as Zach Galifianakis.
I don't
That
know.
might work, yes.
That might work.
Though I'd see Amy Poehler more in that role,
that
as that
role?
eccentric, funny person. Yeah.
She can deal with the tiger.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, cool. So we have 3. What do you say, Priyanka?
Sandra
For
Bullock
the
for
Ed
Bradley
Helms
Cooper.
role, you can have.
Can we have Jennifer Lawrence? I feel like she has that next door neighborhood.
But-
But then I'm not sure. I would want her either then to be Bradley.
Yeah, that's why Adam's character was like this loser fellow in the
That's
film, and I
true.
can't imagine Jennifer
Emma
Lawrence.
Stone? She can do a
Emma Stone,
dorky
maybe,
girl.
yes,
Yeah, she can do that.
Field dentist. Emma Stone. Yeah, I can see that.
Oh wow, that's we've
Yeah,
this is a great
and
movie.
the baby would again be Meryl Streep.
Of course, the baby has to be
Yeah.
Meryl Streep. Honestly, I feel like if Hangover was was remade with an all-female cast,
Right.
I feel like there will be undertones of like them also making sure they reach back home safe, and there'll be one mom in the group also, like one mom friend who makes sure, hey,
Yeah.
are your phones with you guys? Is everything okay? Do you have your bags?
That's only you, huh?
Okay,
I
maybe.
wouldn't
No, but
want
that's a very good observation. Usually, all girl groups have that one responsible person.
I know, but what if like you get three really crazy girls
Cool
who
people like
don't-
in this studio.
Yeah, cool people.
We
We're a
could.
cool gang.
All right, Priyanka, if you had to recast Sherlock Holmes, who would you choose?
You know, I love Meryl Streep.
We have to. I know.
This is an all Meryl Streep
episode.
Wait, are you
episode.
talking about
Let's
the
just-
Robert Downey Jr. version Sherlock Holmes
No,
or
the
the
Benedict.
Cumberbatch?
Benedict.
The Benedict Cumberbatch
I would-
Sherlock Holmes would be some really cool British chick. Actually, this actress who's in Agents of Shield.
Haven't seen it.
I got a perfect one. It would either be Meryl or it would be Anne Hathaway.
Who's playing Watson though? Abbas.
So for the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock version, I would actually choose Daisy Ridley from the Star Wars movies as a young female Sherlock, and then her sidekick can be Keira Knightley because they look very alike.
Oh, they're almost twins. Don't
Yeah.
do this. You're
And
messing with my head.
I'm flipping it. So in this version, Watson will be the slightly older one, and Sherlock will be the young girl,
Okay.
young novice. So yeah, that would be my choice.
This will be a very confusing movie, guys. But 'cause
And then
it
there'll
looks
be a
so
flash forward where an older Sherlock will be Helen Mirren.
Oh.
Yes.
All right. I guess we're not good at casting people. Guess you know.
Hey, Helen Mirren would make an amazing Sherlock. Okay.
Maybe they will. If you had to recast a movie with an all-female cast and replace them with male characters, who would you choose? So I'm going ahead with Pitch Perfect. Abbas and Priyanka.
Billy Eichner, Terry Crews, and James Corden.
Oh my God, Terry Crews! I'm sold. What are your? Who would you choose, Priyanka?
Priyanka, you want to star in Pitch Perfect?
Yes.
Yeah, we would. Oh, but you're a woman. You have to
Gonna miss me by my hair.
See, she's auditioning for it
Priyanka's
already.
auditioning for it.
Yes.
But you know who else would be great? This guy called Jeremy Jordan. I feel like he could play.
What has he been in?
He was in a movie with Anna Kendrick.
Okay.
The last 5 years. So and he's
Okay.
a singer. So I feel like he could be that nervous.
Isn't that the
Anna
movie you
Kendrick.
recommended
Yeah,
last time?
guys, I only see 2 movies a month. And I talk
Justin
about it all the time.
Timberlake should rule this movie.
Yeah, but
Screw
he's too
you.
old for Pitch
No,
Perfect.
he is
yeah.
so cute. He will do everything. He'll
Justin
be
Bieber would be better.
No,
Oh my
Justin.
One Direction. All of them. In Pitch
Guys,
Perfect.
Justin, we have to end this episode right now. Get it? Like Justin. Like the news has just broken.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're cool people we needed elsewhere, so we gotta go do cool things elsewhere.
Thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh,
It was a fun
and
episode.
Meryl Streep in Pitch Perfect.
Meryl Streep
As a
in all
man.
movies. As a man, yeah. This has been a fun episode, guys. We had a lot of fun. We hope you had a lot of fun. So
We
you
really
can
hope so. We don't, but we hope you had fun.
you can reach out to us on our social media at IVM Podcast on Twitter and on our Instagram. You can also reach out to us personally. Abbas.
Yeah. Personally, please reach out to me. I'm at Abbas Momin on Twitter, Abbas Momin88 on Instagram, and I also have a Facebook page, so please go like it.
Priyanka.
You can follow me on Twitter at Priyanka1091 and you can follow Surbhi at.
You can follow me on Twitter at @SmallTalkPolice. And I also have a YouTube channel, guys, which you could check it out. It's called Surbhi Bagga. I do some podcasts on there. So yeah, check it out. Alright, thanks for tuning in and see you on the next episode of IVM Likes.
Yeah. It's IVM here, let's go. We the IVM kids on the block over here. Just to talk, taking a break from producing all day. Coming on this podcast cause we got stuff to say. IVM Daily is the name of the show. Monday to Friday, we ready to go. Talking about stuff in our head, we might even talk about our favorite bread. Signing out, it's IVM here, the podcast network that's in your ear.
Catch IVM Daily, Monday to Friday on the IVM Podcast app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to listen to attempt number 15 to record the promo for the podcast Vartalab.
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 All day, all night, Vartalab.
Oh yeah.
It's a really nice podcast, guys. It's with me and Naveen, and it has really nice stories.
Yeah, people come tell their stories, ups and downs, fun times. We all cry at the end. It's like a Karan Johar movie, but in 1 hour or less.
Yay.
Yeah, every Monday. Yeah.
It's got you.